Hey chillers, welcome back to my channel. So, it is Wednesday, which means it is Spooky Day. So, today I will be finishing up All My Friends Are Dead. Yay, complete series, woo! Alright, in the last episode, we met these three girls. We found out who the three girls in the attic were. We found out that there's three girls in the attic who've been murdered, and that there's a serial killer, and we're still trying to figure out what the heck the thing in the basement is. Some woman was killed by the thing in the basement. Will all the questions be answered in this episode? We will find out, because this is the finale. Here we go. That was a lot of finger movements. Alright. Wait, no, that's part 3. Whoops. Professional. Sam told me the name of the serial killer. Oh, that's right. Sam knew the name of the serial killer. What will his name be? Let's find out. Sam told me the name of the serial killer. I had expected to hear the name of someone I had never known, but I was wrong. No, the name I heard was quite familiar. I was right. I said that the killer would be somebody that our main character knew. That's because the name he said was that of my father's. Oh. That couldn't be right, though. My father couldn't be a serial killer. On top of that, he was already dead. I had attended his funeral. I had seen him in his casket. He was very much dead. So then why was Sam trying to tell me the man who had killed the girl in my attic was my father? Is this some sort of sick joke? I asked a bit angrily. What do you mean? You wanted to know his name. That was the name on the license in his wallet. Sam replied? I think they meant Sam replied, a bit puzzled at my sudden temper. That's impossible. The name you said is my dad's name, and he's already dead. Sam didn't seem too surprised. Sam didn't seem too surprised by my response at all. He simply began to scratch his cheek while he responded. I guess he did kind of look like you now that I think about it. I told you he was living when he left here. I wasn't absolutely certain he was still alive. If my dad was the killer, then why would the ghosts in the attic still be so pissed off? Why do you expect me to understand them? I'm not the same as them. Perhaps they don't know. They can't exactly watch the news. So what am I supposed to do? Go up there and tell them that I'm sorry my father murdered him, but he's dead now? I'm not sure. That's for you to figure out, Sam said, just while shrugging. As much as I hated it, Sam was right. This was my problem. I still wasn't convinced that my father was the killer, though. I needed some direct evidence. I thought it would be worth a shot to visit my father's grave. I'm not sure how many people can relate, but for those of us who can see the dead, a graveyard is the last place you want to go. I still remember during my parents' funeral that there were far too many uninvited guests looking on. I still hadn't been back to my parents' grave since that day. This was a necessary trip, though. Even if I gained nothing, I still needed to try. I decided to make the trip at night. I do think there's some merit to the theory that ghosts are more active in the dark. Plus, if my father was a serial killer, I didn't want anyone to overhear the conversation I would be having with him should he appear. I pulled into the parking lot just after midnight. There didn't seem to be any other cars there. I exited my car and made my way to the entrance. Just standing at the front gate, I could tell there were dozens of eyes fixed on me. I did my best to ignore them and pushed forward. I kept my eyes down on my journey to my parents' grave. I didn't hear anyone attempt to follow me, but I could feel the eyes staring holes through me. It's true, I had been living in a home with who knows how many ghosts, but being in a graveyard was a different feeling entirely. It was almost overwhelming, but I had to keep pushing forward. After a grueling walk that seemed to last forever, I finally reached the two graves side by side that contained my parents. I stood in front of the one containing my father, and I kneeled down. Hey Dad, it's been a little while. Maybe you know why I'm here. Did you do it? Did you kill those girls? I said to the said this to the grave. I didn't really expect anything, but I guess I was hoping for some kind of response. I didn't get it, though. At least, not from him, anyway. He's not going to respond, kid. He didn't stay behind. Guess he didn't feel like answering anyone's questions, a voice said. I shot my eyes up immediately to look at where the voice had come from. A couple rows back, sitting on top of a grave, was a man. He looked somewhat familiar, but I couldn't place him. He seemed to be grinning from ear to ear. Who are you? Did you know my father? I asked. Well, I guess you could say I'm family, in a way, so of course I knew your father. It seems you really didn't know him that well, huh? He responded. What are you trying to say? Isn't it obvious? You came here for answers. I'm just trying to help you understand. So, my father did kill those girls? Yes, and not just them, there were others too. Your father was quite the diligent worker. He really had to be. It was part of the deal, after all. What are you talking about? What deal? Where do you think your wealth came from? Your father was a dead-end wage worker before he met me. When your mother became pregnant, he was desperate for a change. I offered him that change. For a price, of course. All he had to do was kill someone for me every so often. He decided he wanted out, though, so I gave him an early retirement. This man said all this so nonchalantly that it was chilling. I wasn't sure what to think. I felt numb. Was he telling the truth? Was this man the devil? Why are you telling me all this? I finally managed to stutter out. Well, you see, as much as I appreciated your father's hard work, our contract is still unfulfilled. You inherited his wealth, and as a result, you also inherited the rest of his contract, the man said with an even bigger grin than before. I don't know what kind of deal you made with my father, and I don't care. Kill me if you want, but I won't accept your contract. I said this as I turned and began walking out of the graveyard. I expected the man to pursue me or at least say something, but he didn't. I made it out of the graveyard without seeing him again. I couldn't imagine he was done with me, though. That assumption was correct. When I made it home and walked in my front door, it wasn't Sam who was waiting for me on the couch. It was the man. Nice place you have here. Quite a few freeloaders. Maybe you should make them start paying rent, he said as he laughed at his own joke. How do I make you go away? I said bluntly. Well, if you don't want to continue your father's contract, there is another way out. And that is, you die. If you die, there is no one left to take on the contract since you have no children. Other than that, you are stuck with me. I consider this for a second. Can you give me a day to consider my options? I said. Certainly. I will give you 24 hours. Once I return, I'll expect to see your corpse, or the promise that you will deliver me someone else's corpse. He once again smiled after his statement, and then disappeared before me. I had already made up my mind, but I wanted him to leave. I had no intentions of being the puppet of some demon. Despite letting my teacher get devoured, I wouldn't consider myself a killer. My life has never held much value anyway. No one will miss me. I plan on visiting the girls in my attic and telling them the truth. If they want my life, they can have it in place of my father. If they don't, then I think I will finally make a trip to see what's in the basement. I wonder if I'll become a ghost when I'm dead. Oh, and that ends. All my friends are dead. That's the finale. Oh no. His father made a contract and was a serial killer. Oh my god. So, but that raises, oh my god, that raises more questions. Did his father kill Sam? Was his father attached to whatever was in the basement? So many questions. Hold on, let me see. Oh, there's not another. I don't see any. I'm hoping for an update. there's gotta be more. But if you've enjoyed this series, please give me a thumbs up so I know. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up so I know. Please follow all my social media down below in the description. I will leave a link to part 3 down below, so you can go off and read the story for yourself if you want to, I don't know, or if you missed the last video. You can click my bubble to subscribe to my channel, and my last video is here. Alright. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out, chillers.